Guess who's back? Back again. Nerdy's back. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Okay, I'll stop. Damn! We now have Chapter 7 of Boruto 2 Blue Vortex. This is a chapter voiceover reaction. Due to copyright reasons, of course, I cannot show you every single panel, just a few. And now we see a page of Mitsuki. Looks like he's got that longer hair there, black and blue. All right, looking stylish with that belt. Again with these belts. Again with these belts. Damn! So anyway, on page 2 and 3, we see Mitsuki. It's almost like he is having a little inner monologue here. I am the moon, hovering in the darkness, with no light of my own to cast. And it looks like he's looking directly at Kawaki's back. And then more from him, which is why I need you. And then we have more of Kawaki's back here. Mitsuki continues with, you, who are my sun. For as long as you illuminate me, I can shine too, and light up the darkness with my lunar glow. You give my life meaning, permission to live and be here. You make me feel that, Kawaki. And then so it looks like, it's almost like Kawaki can almost sense something from Mitsuki, like Creeper. So then we go to pages 3 and 4. We are now at where we left off in the pursuit of Boruto. Mitsuki in his sage mode. Really cool. I mean, I know we've seen it already in the anime, but, you know, when the grown-up Mitsuki, it's going to be so cool on the artwork that they do on this in the anime. But anyway, so he's on the hunt. He charges at Boruto. And then Boruto, he gives his optimistic glare of competitiveness. He throws 2 shurikens. And so it looks like Mitsuki deflects them both. And one deflects upon the tree branch. Then here comes Mitsuki, and then what's Boruto gonna do? Is he gonna do his flying Raijin, make his grandfather proud? We'll find out. Pages 5 and 6. Okay, looks like Boruto does dodge. Looks like there are 3 total snake heads. And then looks like they're trying to tie up Boruto, and Boruto is just dodging it with ease. And then looks like, okay, Boruto does a hand gesture. Looks like he just teleported. Yeah, just like his granddad. Just like his granddad.
I am the champ!
He's at the tree where one of the shurikens were. Perfect. And so now we're at pages 8 and 9. Then Boruto questions Mitsuki, where's Kawaki? I was expecting him to be tailing me, not you. Mitsuki says, what does it matter?
This doesn't matter.
When I'm the one who's here right now. And then looks like there's a voiceover dialogue communication. Kawaki's out cold, thanks to Mitsuki's snake venom. This is Shikamaru talking. He didn't want you to catch on to him through Kawaki's Atsuki aura, is what I was told. In short, Mitsuki's gone rogue. And so with Boruto, he's looking over, looking at Mitsuki, and then he has his little moment of dialogue. I think I understand your power level. It must be way off the charts to make Code retreat, which tells me Kawaki is no match for you right now. I can't let him get himself killed, no matter the cost. And then Boruto says, if he doesn't stand a chance against me, neither do you.
This doesn't matter, I'm better than you are, yeah.
So this fight is pointless. Then Mitsuki says, there's one other reason why I left Kawaki behind. Dun, dun, dun. So what's that reason? So we got pages 10 and 11 on these panels. So Mitsuki continues to talk. So I can let loose completely without deferring to him.
I don't care what you do to me, because I'm going to be bad to you. Bad to the bone, yeah. I'm going to be bad to the bone with a heart of stone.
Then Boruto says, what? What do you mean?
doesn't matter.
So with Mitsuki, he says, that's between me and him. So he's back on the attack with his snake arm branches extending out. And then now we get to page 12 and 13. So looks like Mitsuki, oh wow, he created some shadow clones, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, wow, okay. He's just going to do a Naruto barrage style of clones. And then Boruto says, snake clones? Okay, that's pretty cool, actually. Snake clones. That is impressive. Okay, I'm glad to see some new stuff compared to Next Generations. So anyway, we switch over to this other panel. Looks like Boruto has to get off the branch. He lands on his feet. And then Boruto responds with, more is not necessarily better, you know. You're destroying the environment. Point taken. You should probably tell that to your father one day. Damn! We go on page 14 and 15. Mitsuki says, you're the root of the problem. So just die already. For the sake of this world. And then we got a good overview panel here of just the forest. Looks like it's just taking damage. And then Boruto says, I may be to blame for sure, but I can't die yet. I have tons of things to do. Which is why, Boruto then replies with, I don't have time to play around. So then looks like he's getting ready to bust out the sword. He bypasses at least 3 of those snake arms here. And then now he's going to collide with these other remaining 3 shadow snake clones. And then now he's getting ready to unsheath his sword. So, page 16 and 17 for these panels. So it looks like Boruto has sliced and diced those clones. They go poof. They are no longer relevant. And then Mitsuki says, all the clones are gone at this point. Boruto just slashes, gets down to business, just like how Uncle Sasuke taught him.
Because luck is when preparation meets opportunity.
Good job, Boruto, good job. And then Mitsuki looks like he's still kind of reacting to what just happened. Gah! So fast, what a monster! And then looks like Boruto sheaths back his sword. And then looks like, ooh, okay, this is going to be cool. So Mitsuki is doing a snake lightning. Snake lightning! It almost kind of looked like a Kamehameha wave for a moment, the way he was like standing. And then looks like, previous to that, looks like Boruto was doing his own gesture as well. And so he screams out, Thunderbolt! And then now we got kind of reminds me of the Kamehameha wave and the Gallic gun from Dragon Ball Z, kind of reminds me of that. So it's really cool. So we then have page 20 and 21. There's a lot of dust and debris. Kind of fogs up Mitsuki. Mitsuki has no idea where Boruto is. And then now, Boruto, blade next to the throat. And so now, Mitsuki turns off his Sage Mode and says, go ahead, get it over with.
I got a lot of respect for you.
Then Boruto just has to reply, you think you came prepared to die, when in fact, it's that you've lost hope. You're feeling desperate. Mitsuki replies with, what?
What are you, deaf?
It's because your faith has been shaken. You want to believe in you can no longer trust. What you believe, or rather, what? And then we switch to page 22 and 23 here. So Mitsuki replies with, what are you talking about? Boruto replies with, Kawaki, the sun that has been illuminating you, lost its radiance at some point. Isn't that what you feel? Then Mitsuki just stares at him and looks like Shikamaru is just wondering. He looks like he inquires a question to Ino. Ino, could you pick up Mitsuki's voice too? I want to hear the full conversation. And so looks like Ino says, don't be ridiculous. That would open up our conversation to them as well. It's way too risky. So we're back to Mitsuki here. You don't know a thing, Boruto. You're a grudge-bearing traitor. Stop pretending to know me. And then Boruto, he just glares, and then looks like he puts away a sword there. And then Mitsuki just stares at him. Boruto replies with, "But you see, I do know the current whereabouts of your son, at the very least." And Mitsuki is just stunned and says, "What?" Boruto then replies, "I'm your son. It's that simple." And Mitsuki just looks at him, continues to look at him, and then it's like Boruto is now tied up by a snake. Looks like the snake is ready to have his bite like a python. Then Mitsuki replies, "How dare you? You're my son? You have some nerve." So then we're at page 26 and 27. Boruto says, "And yet, why hasn't this snake attacked me yet?" Then looks like Mitsuki is having a brief moment here. He says, "Why haven't you gotten loose? You could have a few different ways." Then Boruto replies, "I bet. You realize quite a while back that he's not it, that Kawaki is not your son." Then Boruto continues into the next panel. "No matter how close you stick to him, he refuses to eliminate you." And then Mitsuki says, "It can't be. It's not possible." Then Boruto says, "It's natural to feel confused, yet you know it's true. For you're the only one who gets to decide what it takes to be your son." So Mitsuki is still a bit speechless. He's trying to let this all settle in. And then now we have page 28, 29. So it looks like the snake, it slithers away, it withdraws from its attack, retracts back to Mitsuki's arm there. And then he says, "Who the hell are you?" Boruto says, "Don't worry. I have no intention of killing Kawaki. That's a misunderstanding." And then Boruto replies, "Though I do need to settle things with him at some point. But that's between us bros. Just the two of us." And then Mitsuki then says, "Why did you kill Lord Seventh?" Then Boruto absorbs the information there, absorbs the question he's been asked, and then he says, Boruto then replies with this legendary nice panel here. I'm loving it. "Lord Seventh is alive and safe." So then Mitsuki, he is surprised. Well, I think that's a surprise expression. And then Ino looks like she's even more surprised by her facial expression. Shikamaru still has his poker face there. It's almost like he kind of figured that. He just needed more confirmation. And then Boruto says, his wife too. That's all I can say right now." And then Mitsuki says, "Boruto, what are you?" And then Boruto says, "Mitsuki, I believe you're perfectly capable of shining on your own. But if you insist on needing a son." Then we go to pages 32 and 33 here. Boruto then replies with, "Come find me anytime." Then Mitsuki just has that reaction. He's almost looking like one of those like K-pop or J-pop stars with like longer hair. But anyway, that's besides the point. So then we switch over to the other opposite panel. She has her own confusion here and says, "What the heck? Naruto's alive?" Then Shikamaru says, "Get yourself alone, Boruto. We need to talk."
Doesn't really matter, yeah.
And so looks like we switch over to, looks like that's a panel of Kawaki. Looks like he just fell asleep on the ledge of the balcony. So he's okay, just sleeping. And then it looks like Ida and I'm guessing that little figure is also Damon. They see him passed out. So then to page 34 and 35. So it looks like Kawaki is starting to wake up, and then it looks like Ida says, "Kawaki?" And then Kawaki says, "Where the hell is that bastard Mitsuki?"
But you're in real trouble now.
And so, with that being said, we go to the lower panel here. So Shikamaru says, so in summary, thanks to Ida's Shinjitsu impotence, our memories have been rewritten to reflect what Kawaki desires. Boruto says, yeah, just so you know, don't bother trying to figure out how omnipotence actually works. You'll soon forget it anyway. Like, what? Says Shikamaru. And then Boruto says, in fact, this is far from the first time you're hearing about it.
Gets to a point where it really doesn't matter. You guys don't really know us like you think that you do.
Sarada and class rep have already told you numerous times. And since Shikamaru says, no way. And then Boruto then continues, the very concept of omnipotence won't stick in your memory ever. It fades away over time. That's part of its power. So I need you to trust that Kawaki and I switch places without any proof. Alright, this is becoming a great chapter. Oh my freaking lord, this is going to be so great in the anime. But anyway, we are on page 36 and 37. We're almost at the end here. So then Shikamaru is just trying to absorb all this information with Ino there. Boruto says, though you did figure it out on your own, that's no mean feat. It's damn impressive.
Doesn't really matter, yeah.
Since Shikamaru says, how do we reverse it? Boruto says, we can't. Those altered memories are all real to you. And then we get another expression from Ino and then back to Boruto. Besides, even if we could, it wouldn't resolve the issues between me and him. And then Boruto goes on to explain. It looks like we got a little panel art of Naruto. Okay, this is cool. Naruto. We got Naruto in a panel here with the voiceover of Boruto explaining further. Kawaki sealed Dad away in order to protect him. So there's no point unless he's satisfied and undoes it himself. Otherwise, he's just bound to do it again. Then Shikamaru says, if I were you, I'd be thinking about rescuing Naruto and killing Kawaki. And so Boruto says, he may want to kill me, but I don't feel the same. I just want to slug him. And then make up. That's all. In translation, you just want to beat the shit out of him for switching places with him.
Yeah!
So anyway, we got page 38 and 39. Shikamaru says, alright, I hear you. But Boruto, you have no intent to kill Kawaki? You need to understand that you'll have to continue taking false blame regarding Naruto. And then looks like Ino and we got also Boruto just trying to absorb all this. And then Shikamaru continues, seeing as omnipotence effect lies with Kawaki, I'd like to avoid making him feel cornered again, which means not exposing what he did quite yet. So you'll need to stay a fugitive. You okay with that? Boruto says, almost nonchalantly here, he says, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah!
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I was already doing it for many years, so it's like, just a few months, maybe another year. Why not? Just why not? It's fine. So then we continue. I wasn't expecting otherwise. And then so we have more of these panels here. Looks like a tree root of some kind. I don't know what that is. So anyway, we are now at page 40 and 41. The last page here, we got Jura, or the guy that looks Jigen, the Jigen Claw Grime. I'm going to call him the Jigen clone, just to make it simple for me. So, looks like he says, it's curious, this world. The more knowledge I acquire, the more questions arise, and the more things I don't know. And wow, there's like a stack of books there. Jeez, he's been taking up on some reading. Good for him, I guess. So then we continue on with the Jigen clone here. He says, if anything, the knowledge reveals my ignorance. It's fascinating. And so it looks like we have a panel of that Sasuke clone there of the tree grime. And then we see Jura, or the Jigen clone. He says, by the way, it's been gradually occurring to me that none of the books here seem to hold the answers to my questions. So let's pay a visit to Uzumaki Naruto. And we end the chapter there. To be continued. Oh my freaking lord. I am loving these chapters. I am loving them. If you love this chapter, make sure you comment down below, like the video, of course, share with your friends. And if you're new to my channel, feel free to subscribe so you can know when I react. Make sure you turn on those bell notifications. So until next month, same Handsome King content, same chapter reactions of Boruto to Blue Vortex. Oh yeah! Dig it!
Because your future is not in a crystal ball. It's not even in the crystal of the scepter anymore. Because I think that I knocked something loose.